Hello and welcome to this tutorial of VacCalendar, the calendar for vets. First, we need to set up our app so that we can use it properly. So, when you go on New Vaccination, you will see a list pop up of all the vaccines that are available in this app. We're gonna just choose 3 randomly here. And once you're done, you can either go on back or save vaccination. Now we can create our first new vaccination. So, as we see, we don't have any owner and any animal yet. So let's create an owner. Let's call this one Thomas. And let's give him an email, thomas@gmail.com, for example. And let's create some animals. First, let's call this one Fluffy. Okay. And now I see all the vaccines I've selected previously here in the list. And I could also add new animals, for example, Toby. Or I can enter an animal ID of a cow, for example. Works too. And now I can select the animal I want to vaccinate. So let's take Fluffy and choose this vaccine here, and you see that when you select it, there's a second option where you can add a second vaccination, which you can do in a few weeks, months, years, So as you see, now the vaccine would be in let's set it up in 3 years, the next vaccination, Fluffy. And that will depend on this date, which I can change to. So let's set it first vaccine in 3 days. And now that I've set up, I can save it. And as I see, everything gets saved. So now we can take a look at our lists. We see that we have different lists for vaccines, for example. In this list we can select a vaccine, we see all the details, we can add notes, for example here Fluffy. We can say that Fluffy is very sick, for example. Sick, yeah. And we can save that information. Oh, we can also take a look at our other lists, like all the owners or all the animals. Here we have our owner Thomas. We have all our animals. And these are all our lists. Now let's take a look at our calendar. So in our calendar we can see all our vaccinations. Here we have this date, we have this vaccination. The dark blue is the date of the day. If I click on that, I see I have vaccines, and I can add also vaccines for a specific date I'm on. And of course I can scroll back and forward in my calendar and click on other vaccines that I've done in the past and take a look at them. The VacCalendar has an email generator, so if you go on the email, you will see that the list of the vaccination of the next week, and you can click on one and then it will generate an email with the name and the date and the animal and what type of vaccine you have to do, and you can send this directly to the customer. You can change these, for example, you can change the name, your name, so you can put your name at the bottom of the email, so for example John, and you can add some extra information. So have a nice holiday, or take some gloves, or whatever you need to add, and then you can save that. You see that is then added to the email and inserted automatically in every email. Once you click on send, then it will transfer this information to your email sender system that you have installed on your smartphone. Click on any vaccination to generate an email from that, and the information automatically inserted in the text. You can export all your lists as CSV files so that you can use them on your computer or print them out if you need, simply by clicking on export on the different lists. It is very easy, and the CSV files are then saved on your smartphone. You can also delete all the lists and items of the lists simply by going into the settings and going on delete all, and it will clean your lists. And as you see now, your lists are empty. You can of course also import lists that you have generated in the past or modified. So here we see that when we click on import in the settings, we see that we have all these files that we can import and all these lists. And simply by clicking on the file, the data will be incorporated into your app. Simply by adding it at the bottom of your list that is currently on the phone. And we see that now we have added all the vaccines that we have deleted previously. If you want to modify your CSV files and import them afterwards, we recommend to read the help file and not modify the way the lists are generated. Otherwise there will be trouble during the import. Finally, we have a help document which allows you to read everything what you can do and how you can do it in this app. And that's it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.